So I'm at work right now, and I just had a customer leave. He was in here for quite a few hours. We were just, just shit talking, whatever, talking about supernatural shit. And one of the topics that we ended up talking about was like ghosts and spirits and entities or whatever you want to call it. And it kind of made me want to decide to do a story time about the first time I had my interact. Well, not it wasn't the first time I had an interaction with a spirit, but it was my first time I fully remember like the full on details. I'm about to sneeze. All right, cool. Bless me. Anyways, so yeah, I think I was about fifth grade, if I'm not mistaken. Me, my mom, and my brother, we had just moved down to South Carolina from Massachusetts. That's where I'm originally from. And my mom, she's actually from South Carolina, so she was kind of just going pretty much to see, family and whatnot. And kind of running away from Boston at the time yeah, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, so we moved down there, and the area that she ends up moving into is pretty much the hood. That's the best way to put it. Definitely wasn't the best place for me and my brother to grow up in, but is what it is. Life happens. But yeah, so my mom was a CNA. She worked as a CNA for almost pretty much all my life, my childhood anyway. So she usually worked the night shift, and I was pretty much a built-in babysitter for as long as I can remember at this point. But yeah, so she was working a night shift. I believe it was like a weekend, like a Friday, Saturday-ish, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't believe me and my brother had school the next day. But anyway, so my mom, she was working a night shift, and she had me to babysit my brother and whatnot. And she was like, make sure, I know it's the weekend, but make sure you guys go to bed at a specific time. Obviously, we're kids. Like I said, I was like in fifth grade. Pretty sure my brother was like maybe third grade. Like, all right, mom, sure. But anyway, so she goes to work, and it's just me and my brother. We're just playing in the bedroom, and we were playing for like maybe 15, 20 minutes, if that. And then my brother said that he wanted something to drink, like he's thirsty. So I'm like, all right, cool. So okay, now I kind of have to do like a layout of the house, which is gonna be kind of hard. Hold on, let me put this phone down somewhere. Oh, cool. So is that gonna work? All right, cool. Okay, so you walk into the house, and it's the kitchen that's right here. You go a little bit further, and it's the living room. And you go a little bit further, it's my brother's room. Now, if you stayed like where the living room was, and you turn to the, what is this, the left, right? Right. You turn to the right. I'm really bad at my directions, guys. Don't judge me. But anyway, you turn to the right, and you go and walk into a hallway. And in the hallway, like straight into the hallway, is the bathroom. And then on one side is my mom's room, and on this side was my bedroom. So yeah, so my brother said he wanted something to drink. So I get up, and I go into the hallway area. And when you're going into the hallway, there's like the light switch. It's like right there on the wall. So I flick up the light switch, and so I could actually see in the rest of the house. But like I said, the only light that was on inside the house was in my room where me and my brother were playing. And this was probably shit. Yeah, my mom went to work like around 11, so this was probably like 12, 1 o'clock maybe in the morning. It was probably like 12, truthfully. I don't think we would have stayed up that late to like 1 o'clock in the morning, but it's probably like 12:30ish or something like that. But anyway, so I go inside the hallway, flip on the light or whatnot, and when you turn on the hallway light, it actually you can see pretty much the other side of the house. So I'm looking towards the kitchen, because that's obviously where I need to walk towards. And so the way that the kitchen is set up, it's kind of shaped like an L. So the little part of the L is this back wall, and that's where you have like a little counter space. There's the sink, and then it kind of turns into like a little, like the curved part of the L, and that's like another counter space. And then the other part of the L, it's the stove, another counter space, and then the fridge. I can't believe, yeah, I really actually remember the whole layout of this goddamn house. It's crazy. But anyway, so I'm looking towards the kitchen area where I'm going to go to the fridge, which technically is like kind of right in my viewpoint, because where I was standing in the hallway. But like as soon as I turned the light on, the first thing that caught my eye was like this. It was like a figure. It looked like it was a human form, but it looked like it was wearing like a hooded cloak, pretty much. Yeah, it looked like an adult human form wearing a hooded a cloak, and it was like the color. It was like a black, but like a ink black. Like it wasn't. Yeah, like it was black, like not like it was black, like it was like I can't even really. Yeah, the closest I can think of is ink, like black ink. Like that's how black it was. But there was no face. I couldn't see a face or anything like that. But like inside where it looked like was a hood, it looked like there was what should be a face there. Like, look at my hair right now. Pretend like my hair is the hood and my face is obviously my face or whatnot. And pretend like the hood was like that black, like ink color. And the inside, it wasn't that same shade of black. Like it wasn't like an ink kind of black, but it was still black. But you could tell that it was separate from the hood. You know, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I think I'm doing it, explaining it pretty well. But yeah, so I'm just like, I'm staring at it, like there's no facial features. Like I can't see like any eyes or nose or mouth or anything like that, but I can just feel like it's staring at me. Like that's literally how I feel. It felt like it was staring at me, even though I couldn't physically see anything that could tell me that it was staring at me. And like while I'm staring at it, it's like I couldn't hear anything for one. Like I feel like I just like immediately went deaf as soon as I guess was connected to this thing in a sense. Like I said, I didn't see any eyes looking at me, but I felt like it was staring at me, and I felt stuck staring at it because I was just like frozen in a spot because I'm like, what the fuck is this in my house? I mean, obviously I didn't say that because I was a kid, but you know, yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is this in my house? It's supposed to only be me and my brother. But yeah, so I'm just like staring at it, like stuck in place, and I can't hear anything. Like I immediately just went deaf, and like the air felt heavy, like it felt like it was just the air was just weighted. That's pretty much that's the easiest way to put it. Like the air just felt very, very heavy, and like I was probably standing there for like maybe 15-20 seconds max, truthfully, but it felt a hell of a lot longer than that. But I remember like slowly my hearing started coming back, and like the only noise that was technically going on in the house was from my brother playing in the room with the toys. So when I went completely deaf, like I couldn't hear him playing at all, and then I slowly started like hearing him playing, and then all of a sudden like it stopped, like he stopped playing, and I think that's when he probably like turned around and saw that I was still standing in the hallway. Because next thing I knew, he was like right next to me, and he was like why are you standing? Like I don't remember exactly what he said, but I do remember it being something like why are you still here? You're supposed to be getting me something to drink, type of thing. But I think it was also kind of him just like worried, like literally, why are you still standing here? What's wrong? And then he saw that I was kind of like, you know, just staring at this particular direction. So he looked and he saw it. Like me and my brother both saw this thing, and my brother was like, Tanya, like, what is that? And I don't even remember if I told him go in the room or if I just like pushed him in the room. To tell you the truth, I actually don't remember too much. Like after seeing this thing, I just remember like my brother kind of broke me out of it in a sense, whatever like frozen thing that I had with it. Like, yeah, my brother kind of broke me out of it. And next thing I just remember me and my brother in my room, and it was like the next morning when I woke up. Like, I don't even know if I know I told my mom, like she knows about this story, but I don't think I actually told her like when it happened, type of thing. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure she probably asked because me and my brother were sleeping in the same room, which we don't usually do. But I do remember her like coming up asking why we were sleeping in the room. But I don't remember if I told her that or if I just gave up some different reason. Most likely I gave a different reason, to say the truth. Because I think at that time I wasn't really telling people that I was having experiences and stuff like that. They weren't really that frequent, but yeah, I don't think I was really talking to people about it much. But yeah, that was my first like real time I actually saw like a spirit, and I can actually remember like full on details. Like other times I've seen entities and felt entities and heard them. I can only like remember like bits and pieces here and there, or if it was very like quick type of thing. But this, yeah, I remember like the whole scenario. It was wild. But yeah. If you guys have any stories, I'm pretty sure you do. Like some people, you guys gotta have stories. I mean, spirits, entities, whatever you want to call them, ghosts, they're everywhere. They're, they're here with us. So I know there's so many people that have stories, but I also understand, the skeptics and everything like that too. I try to be very unbiased in that sense and trying to, well, I know I've never really been a skeptic. Truthfully, like I said, I kind of always had experiences even as a kid, so I never really was a skeptic, but I can understand why somebody would be a skeptic, if that makes sense. But yeah, do you guys have any stories? Let me know. I'd like to hear them.